Hello, my friend Fries and beautiful Ryes. Fries on Ryes here with another episode of the Fries on Ryes Let's Play series. In the last episode, we managed to collect a lot of wool for a project with our restaurant. So, taking a break from the Dream Home project and coming back to the restaurant, one restaurant that's missing some doors, it seems, and has all kinds of random colors in here. Um, I take pride in my fancy restaurant and it's different everything. Let's see. I'm trying to find a good place to put up a flag. So let's see how many I have. One, two, three, four, five. Uh, oh, you know what? Maybe I can do this. So, nope. Maybe not. Oh, maybe I can. Okay, so let's try that. I need to keep this spot. Whoop. No, 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 no. Oh, okay. I thought that was gonna fall. I need to keep this spot lit up so Endermen don't come here and take my valuables. I should have centered it. What have I? What was I thinking? That's. Well, I'm just going to leave it. I am going to just leave it. I'm not going to worry about that. I'm going to just leave it. But what I am going to do outside of that is make some banners. So can I put banners? Yes. Red, orange, yellow. Green. Blue. Purple. So we will... Can it not fit another... It doesn't say it's full. That's weird. Oh well. Oop. Oh no. Okay, so we need... there we go. That'll... Okay, so now I need to find a place where I can put these flags. Or should I say banners? I think I'll just place them up here. Okay, so now I have... So now we can put this. There we go. Somewhere in the middle, not too far off. I think that is just lovely. And we'll walk around with our apron on today, since we don't have to worry about anything attacking us without gold or anything else right now. That project is done. Okay, I don't know. I was expecting it to be a big thing. maybe what I can do is I have 5 orange ones. That's the least I have of the colors that I need. So let me reorganize this. So red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, and magenta. Best I could do for the so called 7 colors. I don't know. I don't know if the pride flag has different colors. I don't, not educated. I don't socialize. I don't do anything. Uh it would be nice if I could do like some kind of flag thing somewhere here. Um Maybe I will do the flag in the overworld. If not flag, just the pattern. Um, oh my goodness. Okay. Had to mute myself for a second, take a quick call. But yeah, now I have to walk all the way back. Oh my goodness. Does that mean I have to work on the dream house again? I can't enjoy this terrible display. Oh my goodness, it looks more pink than magenta. I don't know what magenta is supposed to really look like. And I still need a lot more iron for the top. It's a lot of incomplete projects. Let's see, what do I have here? Food. I have some iron. Oh, I have iron here. Okay. Um, I need to keep this iron here though because I'm gonna need more iron for the fencing at the top. Uh, hmm. Yep, yep, yep. I think I'm gonna need these maybe. What I will not need is... Oh, you know what? Hold on. Oh no, I can't put my shield away. What's something I can put away? I will put away... You know what? The bone meal can stay. I don't... Oh no, sticks can stay. I can get sticks almost anywhere. Alright, time to head back to civilization. Um, I don't know. Pride Month is fun. I don't know. I love... I don't know. I guess I consider myself an ally. I know there's no specific place to go to be like, hey, you know, are you part of this group or an ally? And it's like, yeah, I don't... I might be part of the group. I could just be an ally. I could be someone who's on the outside who just uses what little he knows to say that there's nothing wrong with the LGBTQ, etc. Groups of people. And if saying etc. is offensive to you, I apologize. You know, the intent was less to ignore the differences and more I'm uneducated and I don't know what the rest of it is. So yeah. Um, because if... man, I think there's a problem with people who think that uh man, I don't this is a pretty political topic, and I feel like I bring up religion. I have to bring up religion and specific groups of religious people, which makes me feel weird. Uh but I guess I don't know. I guess I'll just say it like it is what it is, but a lot of Christian people feel that they are loving to their gay neighbors by trying to promote their religion on them. And, you know, that's cool and all, but if they say no, they're not going to change, or they can't change, or whatever negative response is given, um, I think instead of condemning the person and saying like, "Oh, well, until you change, you're gonna be going through whatever," or saying like, "Oh, well, we don't like like if you don't support their like it's not even oh my gosh, it's not even a lifestyle really. It's I'm too uneducated to be having this conversation. Um, I'm just going to put a flag monument in the plaza. Maybe I'll put it back here. Here doesn't seem bad. Oh, maybe in the library. Let's go to the library and see what space we have available to us. Oh, okay, we have a pretty decent spot. I think maybe it'll just be in the middle of the library. We'll just do that. There we go. Oh, you can't see the other books and stuff though. Alright, well, I will try again. Where's my shears? What did I do with them? They're here. Okay. Oh, try again. Yeah, to be honest, this episode I filmed immediately after filming the last episode. I thought I would have a little more to say on the subject, but I was mistaken. Oh no, no, no. Um, this doesn't seem bad for a library. You walk in, there's some books, there's a quiet section. Quiet section. Maybe I can add a table there or something. But this is not bad. This is kind of nice. Okay. I don't want to get rid of the books in there, so I can't remove that now. And then I'll add one more flag somewhere. I don't know where. Maybe in the storage room? Yeah, we'll just do everything here. Oh, no. That was not intentional. There we go. Okay, so now we have all those. I can just put this wool back into the wool section. Oh wait, do I have wools here? In the storage room here? I need to build a map at some point of like where stuff is, and like another book to keep things organized. Oh, I don't need another book. I would like another book. Books are nice to have. Okay, so I think the wool is probably just in the cave. The mountain cave. Yeah, I think I'm about to be excommunicated if anyone from the church finds these last couple videos. But it is what it is, I guess. I don't know. I am. I guess I'm as stubborn as some of those people. Uh, I don't know. We disagree, but I'm always open for helping one another grow. Um, Because if in the end of the world, let's say everyone is of one religion, right? Like everyone follows the same religion, there's no different denominations because everyone's under the same unified idea. What do you do then? Do you, like, literally, what do you do then when you're at where you want to be and everything is done? Like, unless you have your own individual hopes and dreams, unless you have your own desires, it's I can't imagine that being fulfilling. Um, in fact, it's so confusing to think that um, like I guess I have the mindset of I don't know, like what I have a hard time with organized religion. So specifically right now Christianity, because I grew up with a lot of it, and or I didn't grow up with it, but I came into contact with it for a long period of time recently, and the last few years of my life. And I'm the kind of person who would, if God is real, I'm the kind of person who believes that his plan is already in motion. The people who are meant to be saved will be saved, and people who are going to hell, if there are people going to hell, then they'll make it there. But because of all that, maybe I maybe it's a lazy outlook, and maybe I'm wrong for thinking that I don't have to do anything. But I think the thing that I am doing is being kind to my neighbor, instead of saying like, oh, you know, God's will is decided and therefore you're going to hell. Like that doesn't make sense. Like there's a lot of people who go out into the world and say, "Oh, I'm going to save people because if I don't, then they're not going to make it." But I'm more along the lines of I just need to do what I can to be kind and spread kindness, because whether I make it or not, I don't know. Whether someone else is gonna make it or not, I don't know. Um, I just know that it's it doesn't make sense to force something on someone who isn't willing to change, and it's definitely not okay to berate someone and constantly harass them, and create hate groups for people just because they're of a different understanding or background. I I grew up uh, Asian Indian. Not that I'm Asian, but the Indians from Asia, and I mean, unless I am Asian because of that, because I don't. There's a lot of differences in what people believe about India and Asia. Um, but you know, I've had the privilege of so many privileges. Like I've lived like a king and a prince, and with the kind of life I've lived, I would love to be there and support those who are feeling marginalized and are not getting the support they need. Uh, I can't condone everything. I don't say, I'm not here to say like what's right or wrong. And not that, not about your sexuality, for example, because I know that's what Pride's about, but I'm not the kind of person who decides what's right or wrong in any sense of that word. I mean, I can decide what I think is right for me and my family. I can decide what my community. I can decide to follow my community's guidelines for what they decide is um, kind to others. Um, but everyone's gonna have their own ideas and opinions, and I think we should respect those ideas and opinions. And by being open to what a person is feeling and going through, if they are meant to change, that's the only way that the change is going to come is if we're open to it. I would rather assume that everyone is saved and I just have to be kind, have kindness in my heart, and when someone isn't going through the best time, just be there to support them. If a person doesn't know how they feel, that's probably the worst feeling to have because um, knowing, just having solid understanding that something is as it should be uh, is a luxury that not a lot of people have. Um, I don't know, just opinions and feelings and oh, so much getting distracted. Man, this is what I get for not having a plan. I did my pride flags everywhere. I'm happy about that, but now I have no idea what to do. I could continue on the house. Oh, mycelium. Okay, okay, I can do that. Do I have netherrack? I have nether wart blocks. I have mycelium, crimson myelum. Okay, I got to see if I have netherrack. If I have netherrack, I could get some more um what do you call this? Crimson nylium. Wait, I don't need crimson. It's okay, I can put that back. Um netherrack. I have netherrack. That's good. Yeah, yeah. Like I don't care what someone says. Like if you genuinely believe that I'm wrong for allowing people to, as you would say, or others, someone was, I don't know. I think there's nothing wrong with letting someone uh, accept themselves for what they feel they are, because if if someone if from the religious perspective, if you are called to accept someone where they're at first, or if you're taught that your savior Jesus, for example, meets people where they're at, which is something that I keep hearing over and over again, then why is it that as his followers, instead of meeting someone where they're at, you're perceiving instead where they're going to be and you're meeting them there? That's not, that just doesn't make any sense. And it's very hurtful and it's very confusing for a lot of people. Um, like, I don't know how much I'm gonna get out of this, but oh, okay, it's a one at a time thing. All right, now I can. Oh, I didn't bring my mushrooms. Oh, that's a shame. Wait a second. Uh, okay, I'm wondering if I bone. I don't have bones. I. I want to bone meal that and see if mushrooms would show up. Hmm. I don't know. I'm told that you're supposed to be kind to your enemies and treat them like your own, um, and just give them grace and mercy. And if you if you consider the LGBT community an enemy, um, why I don't get the kind of person who would fight who are expecting Jesus to come back fighting and with war and bloodshed. Uh, it's bloodshed to be full of hate in your heart and dislike. It says so even in the Bible. You know, if you kill your brother in your heart, then or if you something if he's dead, they're dead in your heart or something. I don't know. If you have something against them, you write them off. Whatever. I'm really bad with the verses and stuff, but I'm just gonna end today's episode with one thing that I've learned about scripture that I think some people are misguided and full of hate, even though it's saying not to be full of hate. But it's that when Jesus said, "I did not come to bring peace, but a sword," he immediately says after that, "I've come to separate child from parent." And he doesn't say it that way. I'm paraphrasing, and I'm definitely shortening it. It's like son from father, daughter from mother, and it's when you think about it logically, when you're not up your butt based on someone else's teaching you and your fear and resentment, think about that phrase and you think about how every generation grows up different from their parents' generation. No generation is going to be exactly the same. There's going to be different forms of entertainment, different technologies and resources, different uh, groups of people with different beliefs. Like everything is going to be different. The dynamics of the world is changing, and within the lifetime, it can change so many times that some people can't recognize it from when they grew up. And oh my gosh, we can get mushrooms from this. That's perfect. Um, and the sword is a represent is generally what I've been told, unless now people want to go back on it because they don't like that I came up with something that makes sense. Is the sword is supposed to represent the truth, like the sword of the spirit, the God's armor and stuff. The sword is supposed to be truth. It's supposed to be double edged because the truth can hurt anyone. It hurts, uh, can hurt the person who's telling the truth, but it is the truth. And children grow up in a world with a different truth than the world that their parents grew up in, and that will always be true whether we like it or not. We love to make sure that our children and our families, they grow up well and happy, and we want them to succeed. um, but that success comes with, um, I don't know where success comes from, honestly, but we want the best for our family, and that's always going to be true too. But if instead of um, trying to understand your children, you try to say that they're wrong because the previous generation has told you so, and you're using examples from the previous generation that were also, uh, I don't know, just there's just so many things. I apologize. I'm so glad right now that most of my audience is around my age. And if you're a young adult, I hope this isn't too chaotic for you. Um, I want this to be a safe space for children too, but I don't know. I get heated up about some things that some parents wouldn't want their children around, and I understand that. Like, I'm not gonna say my opinions are for everyone. Like, if you don't like my opinion, you don't like my opinion. uh if you have your own feelings and facts, like, I'm not going to tell you they're wrong. I'm not going to tell you to believe what I believe and all this other stuff, but in the end of the day, just love one another, give each other grace, give each other peace, and be a safe spot, be a kind person because it's in your heart. Always don't find a moment to say, oh, Jesus came for me to tell you that you're going to go to hell because you need to change your ways. Like, that's not how that works. That's not how a person grows. A person grows by looking at themselves often and the world around them. Usually, anything that I've done listening to others, I've often felt confused because I was just kind of going with the flow, or I thought uh, eventually something would become clear to me because it's just what everyone's doing, and I realized that, yeah, no, some people are just, they're living in a world that they is in their head and not in the real, not out here. I don't know. Whew, lots of I don't knows and confusion and getting lost. But what I do know is it is Pride Month, and I am a friend. Fries on Rise is a safe spot for everyone. Um, feel free to be yourself, and whether I believe the Bible can actually promotes loving your gay neighbors. Um, and if you want to be a Christian and gay, maybe we can have a conversation and I can help you uh, with some things. Maybe I can't. Maybe you know what? Don't come to me. I'm no expert. I don't know anything about what I'm doing. These are just vlogs of some crazy guy who wants a restaurant that brings peace to the whole world. And if you like that, please give us a like. If you think someone else will like that, please give us a share. If you have any questions, comments, suggestions, anything else that you want to say to us, to me, to what Fries on Rise is, what we represent, where we're going with our end goals and everything else, just leave them in the comment section down below. If you want to join us in our growth, if you want to, you know, feel like a community in the Fries on Rise network, just give us a subscribe. I'm posting videos 3 times a week. These are just vlogs. These videos that I'm working on, these let's plays, are something that I'm choosing to do because I get to do it and I get to be lazy while I do it. Um, these aren't some edited videos where uh, there's fancy cuts and good voiceovers and anything like that. This was meant to be simple, fun, just me playing Minecraft, talking about Fries on Rise, talking about myself, and just sharing what this game could do for others. Um, I built a dream home, or I'm in the middle of building a dream home. I've built a dream restaurant that's incomplete. I've built um kind of like a small castle area just along this way. There's roads that got to be built too. There's a lot that needs to be done, and I just can't do it all. And I know that you will play this game differently than I will. And maybe roads are more important to you than they have been to me. But in the end, I love Minecraft for the possibilities that it opens for everyone. And I hope that while watching me play, you've seen some opportunities for yourself to change or grow in a positive way or a way that you enjoy. Um, yeah, Fries on Rise is just it's here for you. It's here for everyone. Um, we've all got strong opinions, but I don't think that's any reason for us to be divided. That's why I like the idea of the Unitarian Universalist Church. Um, my partner wants to try going to another Christian based church that is open to the LGBT community, but I think I'm going to just go with my partner where she wants to go because my belief is that the UU Church, the Unitarian Universalist Church, is kind of the future because it's a bunch of different beliefs coexisting with the best of each other's awareness instead of the negativities. The goal is to find peace and love with one another and just trust, um, despite the differences. Versus other religions, other cultures, other groups. I've seen even my own family, regardless of religion, unrelated to Christianity, say negative things about whole groups of people. It's around the world. Lots of people have to face the challenges of just negativity. Some people fight for it, some people don't. And I, with this platform, I want to at least be a support system for people who need it. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to do it. I just know I would love to see you in the next episode because Fries on Rise is on the rise, and so are you. Uh, just remember, you were made to swim, even though you are made to swim right now in this chaotic world. You're made to swim in uphill battle, uphill stream, going up a waterfall like salmon. You are still made to fly because salmon can sure as heck jump beyond jump like crazy. Seen some whales, despite how much weight is on them, do some pretty intense jumps. Unless everything on the television and internet is AI generated and always has been, and there is no such things as whales. But that is for another time to decide. This video has gone on long enough, so for now, thank you so much, and see you in the next one. Goodbye. With love.